Oh dear, it's orange. That's not a great start. Hello, Josh. Hello, Neutrino. You guys are both early. Wow. So welcome to the stream as we just get things started here today. According to YouTube, apparently I am live, but some people will have experiencing minor issues. Hello, Remmer. Hello, Super John. We've got people right from the beginning. That's very cool. So, I figure that we'll just continue our ISC campaign unless somebody else has any other ideas that they want to see. And then towards the end of the stream, we'll switch over to skirmishes as we normally do. And just see what we can throw to try and break the pack, unless we have another foe that we want to try and fight. So, without further ado, I shall boot up the ISC stream exclamation point. Alrighty. So how is it in everybody's portion of the world? It is raining and dreary where I am, which is a perfect time to stream video games. Seem to be live. Everything seems good. Awesome. Great to hear. Alright, so let's, we'll kick off on a shipyard as well. We may as well do something somewhat slow and boring. Alrighty, so let's kick this sucker into action. And I forgot we're fighting the Gorn. Oh yeah. We decided to stop playing easy mode against the Federation, and we're only down to 2 shuttles. Alrighty, so we are squaring off against a heavy cruiser, and a heavy cruiser. None of them are heavy bombardment, so that's good. It's a BFX, a CMFX, and a BFX, so 2 battle cruisers and a medium cruiser. And escorting us today are the GCS Chromaticon, which is the DNT, and the DNH Protector. So we are in quite nice of a position to be fighting this battle in. I know plasma duels just tend to end in just massive washes of plasma fire going everywhere, but hey, we've managed to bring the biggest and most powerful plasmas we could get. Still can't believe you took on a 4DR cruiser with just... Oh, yeah. So the Merak episode that went up today, we had a Merak FF, and we were fighting God, what you call it? A pirate cruiser. He had 4 phaser 1s, 4 phaser 3s, or just 2 phaser 3s, and a pair of missile launchers, or 4 missile launchers. Yeah, 4 drones, yep. And we just had our disruptor, our phaser 3s, and our completely ineffectual missiles because he had 2 AMDs. Cold and Sunny had to wake up hard time for a walk up the Y Valley after work. I don't understand, but I'll assume that it's cold and dreary. It was a CAD or something? Yeah, it was a pirate vessel, so inherently pirate vessels are weaker than other vessels, but still, I was surprised that went the way it did. Like, I thought that, oh, I have an out. All I need to do is keep him busy until everybody gets away, and then one of our freighters got caught behind an asteroid and just had to continually do loops until the end of time. Well, it was a good mission, though. It turned out quite well. Alright, so the plasma Rs are already flying from the medium cruiser. We're going to focus on Mr. BF over here. Maybe not. Maybe he's weak. Oh no, 2 R-type plasma torpedoes? What are you packing? You've also got 2 Rs at least. Alright, so they're about the same, all things considered. So we should be able to knock them out pretty well. But yeah, after the stream, catch the daily episode, because it turned out quite interestingly. We're gonna have to get relatively close to this guy and wait for his thing to burn off. So this ought to be interesting. If we can cause enough damage fast enough, we might even be able to kill him. And his attack shift, come on, go away. Go away, I want to be able to shoot. There we go. Oh, we got perfect accuracy. Almost perfect. Wow, never mind. I was about to seriously praise the gunnery crews, and then things did not go the way I'd hoped. Alright, phasers to overload. We're going to get it nice and tight on this guy, and just nail him, hopefully. Most of your shielding is gone. And then a whole bunch of other of your shielding is gone. I'd like to kill you before your pseudo-frigates get in here, but that's not going to happen, is it? So let's pull on in, get the Gatling phaser involved in this little fight. Nail him with that for 22 more damage, punch him right through his shields, and as soon as we hit a range of 4, we'll be able to unleash on him with our overloaded PPDs. 2, 3, 3.4, come a little bit more, and there it is. Half PPDs, trigger please, there we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Didn't quite kill him though. Somewhat unfortunate. Didn't quite expect it to, but I had hope. I had the briefest of hopes. Are you focusing on me? Because if so, that's going to be a bad day for everybody involved. Mainly me. So we got everybody currently circling around each other in the middle of this dogfight, although it looks like the Chromaticon has a much better position on that BF. Although our DNH is a little bit beat up. Luckily for us, the Eradicator is, well, gone. And as soon as we come in with a final phaser pass, I have no doubt he will be gone. Actually, no, we're going to save the PPDs. Heavy weapons are too important to waste. We're just going to come in here with overloaded phasers and completely gut him. And then we'll move on from that. Also, he doesn't have any heavy weapons at this point anyway, so who cares? Single interceptor behind us, currently damaged. Yeah, he's the only one of 4 that's managed to survive at this point. Never mind, you can take the glory. I don't mind. We're all one big heavy fleet, I suppose. See if I can't turn in time and get a shot on him. Do I take the R? No. Slow down a little bit more. I had hoped that I would be able to get it completely out, but it did not happen. But we can immediately then turn on our PPDs for the rest of it. And just nail him a little bit more. Yeah, I don't like having my shield. Yeah, but we only have so many shuttles. What would Lorendale say? Heck, what was Neutrino say? He's the one who has to buy them. Is it really important for that many ship systems to have to serve the power of your shields? Alright, let's hopefully get a plasma torpedo out before I actually turn around away from him. The GCS Sellout. It means something. I don't know what, though. Let's get these port side plasma torpedoes involved. Almost. Come on, keep that enveloping out there. Oh, am I not? Of course, I have the PPD selected, so of course it's not going to work. And then we will get... Yes! Josh's reply is simple. Just yes. Everybody should have to count down to repair. Which makes a certain amount of sense. Ships are meant to be hit and broken. Ships are meant to be hit and broken if we think about it. Alrighty, so that's the defenders destroyed, so we'll just max one. Oh wait, no it's not. I forgot! There's a medium cruiser. I totally forgot about you. Oh, that's... You almost lived because I almost didn't pay attention to you. But I've got a lot of PPDs. And it's time for you to die. There we go. Perfect. Now that's been destroyed. Alright, so do I need to drag any of you? Yes. Yes, you are going in the wrong direction. You are also going in the wrong direction. No, this was not a temporary thing. You don't get to just kill the defenders and leave. We're all here for the same reason. Come on, get back here. Oh, jeez. I'm literally going to have to drag them back. They're traveling in completely the opposite direction. Oh, boy. But for the ship hull, the systems, those are more expensive and a shield grid. More vital to the ship itself. Yes, we want to keep the ship somewhat intact. But not completely intact. Otherwise, people wouldn't have anything to do. It's a jobs program, clearly. Get back here. Seriously, this... Sometimes the AI will, like, lollygag their way back, but this is unprecedented in my opinion. I don't think I've ever seen them quite do that. So let's see if we can't tug him along. Oh, God, they're slowing me down. He's literally working completely against me. He's doing a speed of 8 directly away from me. Come on, it's this way. I know you don't want to get up for war today, but you gotta fight. Come on. If the shields go down, the ship can fight and live even without the shields. If the hull goes down, the ship explodes. Most of the time. We could be using some kind of temporal shielding device. It could happen. Believe it. I'm going to have to write a strongly worded memo to somebody for this. Like, seriously, come on, just stop. Don't forget the crew dying. Dying to those consoles. Yes, the console's filled full of explodium. Because the lowest bidder, I am sure. Seriously, you guys are dreadnoughts. You're designed to do this sort of thing. Stop fighting me on this. Can I beam over my crew and take them over? No, I'd have to kill a lot of them. And I don't think the ship would be very much intact by that point. Oh boy. Can't go any faster than this. I literally can't increase my speed at all. I'm using up all my power. And, yeah. I can't go any faster in speed of time either. We could circumvent the very well-placed Intrepid class ramming the shield with temporal shields. Yeah, so let me just go and jump ahead a couple hundred years to grab the Intrepid class to bring it back a couple of hundred years so we can ram in the Temporal Fortress. Oh, that was probably the best Voyager arc, too. Voyager had some really bad arcs, but then it also had some really good ones like that. Oh, they're shooting at me. How lovely. And I have exactly 0 power into that forward shield, so every single point of damage that they deal to me is going to be hitting my shields. Ugh. Let's drag this sucker back. Make sure that we get him into the right location. The enemy is this way. Come on, man. You can't be that afraid of them. You're a dreadnought. They have plasma F torpedoes and that's it. We already delved deep into time travel. Why can't we do it here as well? I think marine iPads that explode. I think marines iPads that explode when the ship is hit as well. Hopefully not. That would be just terrible. Running around with claymores all over my ship. Oh, now they're shooting me. Oh, well, they were shooting me before, but now they're hitting me. That's the key. At least his buddy is somewhat coming here, but he's just flying directly away from the fight. I did not get into this war to become a tractor service. Oh. Well, since we have some time, since I've got to drag his butt all the way back to the Star Dock, I have been thinking about continuing doing streams and what kind of schedule we want to set up for that. Doing streams every single day is honestly starting to be a bit much. I would normally use this time to kind of get ahead on things a little bit, and since we're going into cold season, I kind of do want to get a little bit of a buffer going on just in case I happen to get sick. And I can't really do that if I'm streaming for 2 hours every single day. And also, I gotta figure that it gets a little bit old after a while, always having to show up to my streams, especially for Brandon, who has to wake up at 3 or 6 a.m., which is rough for anybody. So I'm thinking we may change the streaming to be sort of a once-a-week kind of schedule. That way we can still have some fun, make sure it's on a reasonable, continuous schedule, but not have it to be so incredibly frequent that it gets boring. So. Oh, you got me too close too. Tuesdays and Fridays. I was thinking, just doing Fridays once a week instead of twice a week. Figured that would keep it somewhat novel, so it's interesting to see, but not just oversaturate everything and have it every single day. Do a stream 2 times a week. That's my opinion. One work day, one weekend. Weekends are a lot harder for me to do. I tend to have a lot of things that I've got to take care of on the weekends that I put off during the week. So I'm not quite sure a weekend stream would be common. It'd be a nice idea, but I'm not really sure on that. I'd really have to see what kind of changes I'd have to make to my schedule to just kind of make sure that would be something I could do. Every night, that's really appreciated. Well, I could continue it. Like, I could keep doing it, but at that point, I'm kind of playing Russian roulette with cold season. So if I get a cold, I don't have any stacked up content. I'd like to have about 2 weeks of content stacked up, just so in case I do get sick, it doesn't lead to a break or to me suddenly having to stream, or not stream, but put up recorded videos with me hacking and coughing every 2 seconds. Yeah, the Romulan Stardocks, they can turn themselves invisible. They're quite annoying, actually. So you should see what happens when you don't have Dreadnoughts supporting you on this. Thought we already took that shuttle out. Apparently not. Keep destroying. Destruction. We will eventually destroy them. So yeah, I'm not sure what day we want to do it on. I had been thinking Fridays because, you know, it's an end of the week and people can relax, but I also understand people tend to do stuff on Fridays. So not 100% positive on that. Still trying to come up with it, but I think next week I'm not going to be able to stream quite so much, purely because I really do got to get a buffer in. I got to get at least 2 weeks of content just ahead because we're rolling into cold season. And I do not wish to get sick. Which I suppose now is the time for the public service announcement to make sure that you get your flu shot. And spayed and neutered your pets, of course. That's kind of my plan, probably going forward. Once a week. Maybe twice a week. I might be able to talk myself into twice a week. So we have a single heavy cruiser off in the distance. It's a CCH, so it's a heavy command cruiser. It's got all the firepower, and we have no friends. How about Wednesdays? We could do Wednesdays. I'm not against Wednesdays. Like I said, I kind of want to keep it at 1, maybe 2 days a week, and then just figure out when is best for everybody else. So, when would be acceptable for people? And we could even move the time around a bit. I mean, if I'm only doing it once a week or twice a week, I might be able to, like, affect my schedule more and get it further or less further on in the day. I know Laurendale, he's from the UK, so this stream goes up at about 8 o'clock for him. And then we've got Brandon, and he's from Australia, so this stream goes up at 6 a.m. for him. So, oh, we have a X-type heavy cruiser over here. Is it full XCA? Okay, we got a problem. So we got a heavy command cruiser and an XCA. I think we say no. I think we pull away from this one. Plasma torpedoes to normal mode. Okay, they didn't go up. We do not have a lot of shuttles. We have 1 shuttle. So we are not really in a position to fight this. I think we might want to run, but at the same time, I might want to peek and see just what we can pull off. But yeah, we're not going to be able to kill him, I don't think. But then again, I've said that before. We've managed to completely defeat everybody. Who would I go after first? They're both incredibly dangerous. Escape pods are shuttles too. We're the ISC. We do not believe in escape pods. After all, if it's time to die for the greater good, why would you possibly want to escape? Are you a coward, sir? I wasn't confident in many things that I've done before that we've actually managed to pull off. The main thing that worries me, though, is plasma does not screw around. Like, you can stretch things and take a little bit of extra time with photon torpedoes or disruptors or really any other weapon. Plasma does not mess around with you. It's either you're dead or you're not. So I think I'm going to do a little bit of this. It's a super long-range shot into a high defense. Holy God. I am even less confident now. More power to engines. Let's get some movement going on here. So we do have our single Wild Weasel, but I'm not going to use it for what I think is just a single plasma torpedo. Looks like a single plasma. He's packing 2 Rs, 2 Fs, and then he's got 2 Rs, 4 Fs, but 2 of them are snares, if I recall correctly. Never mind. So let's go with the full defensive grid. We weakened it. Yeah, we're pulling out. We're not getting involved in that. No, this is the planet. It's PLPH. We are not. I don't think we win this. Too risky. I thought for a second maybe I could play at him with slightly longer ranges, but getting through his attack shift, that's not gonna work. Is it 2 S's, 2 snares? Oh yeah, it's the fast cruiser that has the 4 Fs, right? Let's wrench the warp core for more power. Yes, we're going to do it just like TF2. Yeah, we're pulling out. I'm not getting involved in that. I'm going to make them pull away, and we're going to run. If we had brought those dreadnoughts from the last mission, absolutely. Why couldn't I have them there? But no, this is not sane. We're going to flee. We could bring in more ships. We have a lot of money to buy more ships. So we might want to do that. Oh yeah, did we ever decide if we wanted the battleship carrier or more XCBs? I forget. It's been a very dreary day, so I'm a bit struggling with memory. Because I can't quite remember. I think we said we wanted a BBV. I mean, we have the cash for it, clearly. We're sitting at over 12,000 prestige. And we're in a heavy bombardment cruiser, so... So let's pop over. Yeah, we're at 13,100. That's a hell of an amount. We've got a BBX here. And do we have a BBVX? We do! So do we want the BBVX? 2 XCVs and a BBV? Because I'd have to jump back and forth between every single time, and that's really, really tedious. I'll tell you what, we'll pick up the BBVX for a little while, since we have the cash, and we may as well. But we're not gonna sell the Joinder. We're gonna keep the Joinder for now. And if we get up to 10,000 prestige, we'll buy 2 XCBs. We'll sell the Joinder and buy 2 XCBs. And that will put us in the Warder, which is our brand new battleship carrier. So let's get ourselves fully kitted out, since this is probably going to be the primary ship. Oh, it was so cheap to kit ourselves out. And now we're about to spend so much money. Watch this. Alright, we need caveat 3s. Each caveat 3 is 39 prestige. At least it's just one down. Caveat 3s. Yes, kiss the damn ship. What? Well, that wasn't her. Oh? Confused. Alright, so we've bought a whole ton of fighters. And now we need to buy some spare parts, because the EA is going to get my ship blown up. Because it does not understand the point of a carrier. Thinks that a carrier is a battleship meant to go in. Well, to be fair, we bought a battleship carrier. So, that'll be interesting. Do we want to jump to the BBV? I mean, we could. I mean, that's absolutely something we have the capability of doing. The only thing I'll have to do is constantly reset all the power systems. How much cash should I spend on this? Oh, it's going to get expensive. Kitting out a full brand new battleship will cost you about 800. And the shuttles. Good, we're good. Shipyard defense? Hell no. No, thank you, sir. Pop out of here. Planetary assault. A perfect way to test your brand new carrier. Alrighty, so red alert, slow down speed time because I've got a lot of sorting to do because it's a brand new ship. Hi, Warder. You're my brand new ship. Have you already launched fighters? You haven't? That's good. Alright, so let's kit ourselves out. We have on this ship 2 Plasma S's, 10 plasma eyes, 4 PPDs, 8 phaser 3s, and 11 phaser X's, and 16 fighters. So we're bringing a lot of power to the table. So first things first, 1 is always the phaser hardpoint, and that's stock to the game, which is great, so I don't have to change that. But 2 is all your plasmas and heavy weapons and everything, so we're going to quickly set 2 to be all of our plasmatic pulsar devices, and then 3 will be all of our plasma torpedoes in general. And I've been wondering about these forward-firing ones, because I'm not sure if they're forward-firing or not. They are not. Okay, so all the eyes do shoot backwards, so it is being internally consistent. Remember the captain of the battleship carrier was very expensive. Try not to blow it up. Well, now that we're in it, I think we're a lot safer on that. If the AI was driving it, probably not. Okay, so I'm going to set the plasma torpedoes to defensive mode. We're going to set it up as a very defensive style assaulting ship. And is there anything else I need to set up? Oh yeah, Wild Weasel. Already started a Wild Weasel. Good job. Command only gave you the carrier because you're the star captain. I am the only captain, apparently. So we will have to win the war on our own. Speaking of which, we are being escorted today by... Actually, I need to speed up the... Oh, because I'm currently not selected on the right screen. We're being escorted today by the Joiner, which is us, as well as the Triceracon, which is an XCA, 4 S's and 2 R's. The Swift Foot, which appears to be some sort of heavy cruiser, because it's got 2 S's, an R, and 2 F's, as well as the Triceracon Mark II, which is also an XCA, because they ran out of names, and the Camilacon, who really shouldn't be here. Seriously, what are you? You are a DNP. Oh, so you're a pseudo-frigate tender. Never mind, I take that back. Squaring off against us is a Dreadnought, which according to the fleet screen is a BBX. Okay, because we wanted to start right away. A BCS-X, a Dreadnought Heavy with the phaser and some sort of X upgrade, and another BBX. Great. Wonderful. That's a hell of a way to start. I suppose we asked for it. So let's well, first rule. My command is the only command with which you may unload those PPDs, because we're going to need them. Perhaps keep the CBX on close formation until the launch of plasmas after the Wild Weasel. Yeah, we're not going to get that close. No, we're not going to get anywhere near that close. We're going to stay at range. We're going to fire our PPDs from about 30, and then we're going to do other things. Actually, I'm going to check what PPD maximum range is, because that's a problem, just how much metal is heading towards us. PPD maximum range is 40. We'll have a 70% chance to hit. We jump up to 28 if we get to 17. No, longer than that. 30. 30 is what it was. Alright, let's make sure we don't forget. Alright, forward shield reinforcement. All spare power to the forward shield reinforcement if you got it. And hack down that ECM. Pick up more speed too. So we can actually get into the fight at some point. That would be kind of important. Oh, we can put a lot of power into those shields. We have 84 power. That is a lot of power. 2 R's and a ton of armor. He's a hell of a lot more than that. 2 R's, 2 S's, 3 S's. He's actually pretty similarly equipped to the King Condor. We'll let them kill each other first, and then we'll send in our fighters to mop up. I don't want to go in right away with my fighters, because there's a lot of Plasma Ds out there. I would much prefer them not to be as much of a factor as they're going to be. Alright, so I want to hit a range of, I guess, 30? No, I'd like to get to 15. If nobody's looking at me, I will take the 15. But the problem is, if people start looking at me, that's a problem. So, come on. A little bit more. Slow down more. The main reason I'm slowing down is because it's going to take us a little while for our Wild Weasels to touch up. So, get me within range. Still not within range. I'm in range. I'm stuck. And now you. Oh, wrong button. That was not intentional. Well, everybody just got shot. Let's fire our phasers and set him to engage any. And let's just start pulling through. I think I shot the wrong target too, which is not great. Alright, we'll get the I-type plasma torpedoes engaging as soon as I can bring the bow around. And I do need to get fighters out sometime soon. I want to stay at a speed of 4 because there's no reason not to. The main reason I would say that is because staying at a speed of 4 allows me to continue having some momentum, while while also allowing me to dump Wild Weasels whenever the heck I feel like it, which I feel is a very important thing to have when you're surrounded by this many battleships. Joinder is getting lit up. Joinder just got nailed. This is why I do not like giving the AI control of my ships. So, can I take out your D-type plasma torpedo? Do you have a D-type plasma torpedo? You don't. Okay, I'm gonna kill you. Fighters, deploy. 1, 2, 3, 4. Fighters are away. Continue to engage with phaser bombardment. We're gonna lose the XCB, by the way. So expensive. Oh, look at my fighters just ripping into him. It's beautiful. I love it. All weapons. Still no ability to engage with all weapons. Yeah, the XCB is dead. I was expecting that, to be honest. Like, there's really not a great chance he's getting out of this one alive. I've only got 3 of them left, but yeah, that's probably going to kill him. Oh, there he went. Didn't need to happen, but the game made it happen. Can I get plasma torpedoes, actually? I don't have too many to shoot, do I? More defenses! Defensive plasma's killed. And the last target, please tell me I didn't lose my fighters. Wow, I lost a lot of fighters. You guys just got me into a really expensive ship. Maintaining this beast is going to be difficult. At least we have enough firepower to siege planets, so there is that. Oh, we're down to a single squadron, aren't we? Oh, Laurendale's not going to be happy. Yeah, caveats are packing, what, 3, I think they got 3 phaser Gs. Whatever happens, we're going to be able to make a lot of boots at the end of this. What? We're frog people, not crocodile people. Alright, full speed of time. I only have 1 fighter. Hi, Laurendale. Oh, wow. I didn't notice that you had gotten here earlier. Yeah, we lost a lot of fighters. We lost 12 of them. So, yeah, about that. I've elected to blame Neutrino because he's the one who buys them. That's my excuse. So we are fighting a PLPH. I gotcha. Gornskin. Of course. Both allies and enemies. Oh, I can't. Triceracon's still alive. That's pretty amusing. Oh, the Triceracon has 2 R's and 4 S's. Oh, yeah, you were just telling me that and I wasn't paying attention. Because I was focused on explosions. Let's get up to this planet and bombard the hell out of it. We'll also get our plasma torpedoes off defensive mode and set them to enveloping so I can use them. Defensive plasma torpedoes were fun. They're expensive as hell. Why would I want them to die? That is true. Who do we blame? Because it can't be us. Could never be us. The planet is not shooting, and that's concerning. Want some Gornskin luggage? Welcome, Jean, to the stream. We have many people on now. So we are going to continue to blast away and hopefully crush them all. Alright, it's starting to slow down. Let's not get too close. The planet may not be shooting yet, but that doesn't mean it can't shoot. There it goes. Started shooting. And fire plasma torpedoes. And here comes incoming plasma torpedoes. Interesting. I'll keep shooting all you want. You're not going to stop us. We're going to win. Well, I am saddened that I have lost the XCB. That was cool. Blame the Gorn. But you can't just blame the enemy. They're unenlightened savages. We're bringing civilization to them. That's the key. So we can't blame them if we want to steadily incorporate them into our army. I mean, after all, they provided most of the people who died in this battle for us. Or did they? Did all of their ships survive? Was it just my ship that got destroyed? That's not cool. Okay, we'll blame the Gorn. The Gorn did not throw themselves into the battle with enough gusto in order to keep our ships and our pseudo-frigates alive. Alright, let's get on in there. Oh, do you want to do a beauty pass with this ship? But there we go. Our gigantic battleship. It is amazing. So it is a cooler looking model, but it does need a bit of a texture upgrade. I'd love to see what some people could come up with. Alright, let's get ready to beam people on over to conquer the planet and then spend a lot of money on new fighters. The longer we're fighting the Gorn, the more expensive this is going to get. Because D-type plasma torpedoes are amazing. Oh, you had another S-type plasma torpedo. That's cute. Oh no, you were faking it. Ironically, we're not actually here to kill Gorn, we're here to take the planet. And then so we can kill the Federation. That's an interesting conundrum. Alright, so how much is that going to bring me? 495 as usual. Empire Defense at 30. I'm going home. I'll be back. Alright, supply. We didn't take any damage, so there's that. Oh boy, this is going to get expensive quick. 156. 312. Oh, we have enough. We barely have enough. And also we need some Marines. Wow, we send over 10 people at a time. We could capture ships like mad. Oh, we may start doing that. So bop, bop. We are the back. Hi. No, shipyard assault, not base assault. I want that base intact. Do you know how much power one of those bases exudes? It's amazing. Maximum alert. We've got a dreadnought and a dreadnought. And we're being escorted by a BBX, the Death Beast. And we're fighting 2 BBXs. Oh boy. So, this could get ugly. This could get ugly very, very quickly. Luckily, they're just 2 normal BBXs, so we don't have to worry as much. Right, guys? Oh, although, BBXs do not have D-type plasma torpedoes. I think. I'm going to double check. But I'm fairly certain that I was reading the schematic on the last mission, and he did not have any sort of plasma D. And if that's the case, we're going to tear him to shreds. Well, we won't. Lorendale's people will. We'll get his folks to take their caveats out and utterly annihilate everything. Actually, we can just test on him because he's a BBX. Do you have... Oh, no, you have 4 D-type plasma torpedoes each. Never mind. Okay. So, we can't deploy the fighters. We've got to hold off on that for just a little while. Otherwise, they're all going to die. Because we're not going to make enough cash in order to completely rebuild all the fighter wings again if they all die. So, it would be ideal if we could avoid that. I have 20 points of power that I'm going to sap to get more engine power going on here. Oh yeah, let's not forget, Wild Weasel is going to be very important in battleship combat. We're not particularly maneuverable. We have traded a lot of maneuverability for armor and 3 more phasers, I think? Because we had, what, 9? So 2 more phasers? We have fighters now, though. That's a lot. Oh, and an absolute metric ton of plasma eyes. Let's get up close and personal. I think we're going to save the up close and personal for later. It's kind of sad, though. Our fighters don't have any real heavy weapons. They've only got phasers, which means I can't set them to harassment mode and expect them to do anything. Like, I could set them to harass, but they wouldn't accomplish anything. They did launch INTs, so there is that. It might be worth for us to ignore them, let these 2 duke it out for as much as they can, and kill the INTs. I think that's a sound strategy, actually. Let's get ready to kill some fighters. I just wish I had a better angle with which to approach. They're both rocking DNTs. The question is, can we kill a DNT from long range with 4 PPDs? I think we can. But I'd rather fire the PPDs against you. Let's be honest. Alright, slow down a bit. We got our first Wild Weasel ready. Who's getting the tidal wave? We got some good accuracy here. He's getting the blasts. And require to reacquire, which only 1 got. But now we're coming in for the follow-up. And that'll weaken his shields greatly. Prepare the plasma torpedo assault. And then we'll turn away because, surprisingly, we actually have a pretty massive amount of plasma torpedoes that we can fire at an enemy. Slow down. Slow down. Now get the speed. Well, I think something's exploded. Oh good, it wasn't anything important. We've reduced his defenses quite heavily. However, they have more battleships, and that's a pretty important thing in battleship combat. Whoever brings more of them tends to win. However, what are your Marine counts? 32. That's a lot of Marines. Okay, that's a problem. Slowly starting to haul our butt forward. I want this destroyed and this destroyed. I'm just going to continue to fire long-range weapons at. Like, that's what we've got. Always wanted. So we need to hold the fighters until after the D-type plasma torpedoes are dead. Otherwise, we're just going to lose fighters. And we can't afford to continually lose fighters. Plasma torpedoes set to normal mode. We don't need the enveloping anymore. And if I can get my stern around, I can really pretty badly savage them. Okay, that's the first one destroyed. Got incoming plasma F. I think I'm just going to tank it. So we're going to bounce that. More or less. Wasn't quite a bounce, but you get the idea. Phasers are not available, it would seem. Not good. Oh, we have some phaser trees. Get them involved. Pass through. Should be able to hit you with that. Oh, wow. So that hurt. That hurt a lot. Get all the firing I-type plasma torpedoes. There we go. Lay it into him. Also, phasers need to start dealing with these guys. Otherwise, we're going to be in a lot of trouble. I don't want to deploy my fighters yet, but I don't think I'll have much of a choice. Your D-types are still online. I can't do it. I can't fire them into that much defense. Alright, we stop. Wait for it. No. What do you mean all? Of course. Wasn't paying enough attention. Let's get some repairs going on. We need engines, I need a phaser back, and I need this. I gotta kill him before I unleash my fighters. Oh crap, you have... Yeah, you hadn't fired that yet. I was not paying attention. So, do I not have a shuttle bay anywhere? There we go. Okay, so we managed to avoid that. You've got to die, though. I've got to kill you. My fighters will all be butchered if I launch them into that. But if I don't launch them soon, they ain't launching at all. Okay, get them out. They've got to go. It's time for the caveats to save the day. Let's see if I'm about to lose a very big ship. Because I was much too defensive. God, I hope not. Well, they're laying into him alright. Laying into him a lot. And if they can do enough, they can save us all. Which would be important. Keep patching the engines. And also, let's start getting all of the phasers back, because I need them. They're kind of important. A lot of spare parts coming there. Oh, you probably really need to die, honestly. Maybe the fighters can buy time. The fighters are going to win this fight. I just didn't want to lose them, because it's going to be expensive to replace all those fighters. Like, we've got them. Maybe not. If they get a couple of good plasma torpedo shots into us, we're in trouble. But I think we've got it. Never mind, I think all our fighters are dead. Except for 2. Let's get them home. But the amount of damage that they dealt was important. Please don't kill my fighters. I need them for survivable. Hull's about 60%. That's not actually hull. It's BPV. Battle point value. Oh, hi. That's bad. Oh, it was fake. You little faker. How cute. Come on, I've got to have some phaser, please. There we go. And that was fake as well. You also, little faker. Eat that. Oh, you had a wild weasel. You still have a shuttle bay after all of that. BBV fighters? Are the fighters all dead? I think the fighters are all dead. Don't tell Laura. Okay, Marines. It is up to you. We have determined that the most important thing right now is the ability to conquer enemy vessels. Bro, tell me how we're dealing. Tell me how much of this ship is still intact. Most of this ship is still intact. Okay, good to know. Wait for it, wait for it, wait for it. Do I not have any wild whistles? I do not, okay. Never mind, we're dead. This is why I didn't go into a BBX. I knew I was going to get myself into fights like this. We are dead. At least we get to get into something a little bit more nimble. Carriers are rough. Because you got to be mentally set for it, and I was not. And I got myself killed with it. Ugh. Goodbye, Dreadnought. We knew you for 2 missions. Would you guys finish it off? Seriously, what's left? There's nothing left on this ship that works. God, you can't get the Gorn to do anything right. Deploy the shuttles. Oh wait, no, the shuttle base is destroyed. We're waiting. It's about gosh darn time. There we go. BBVs. I got too complacent, too used to the nimbleness of my X-type destroyer, or X-type heavy cruiser. We are in the Dreadnought the Conjunctive, which is a DNH, which is still reasonable. It would just prefer a heavy bombardment cruiser. I got very happy flying one of those. Alright, let's try and reset the mentality, because that's what got us. Hi, welcome to our ship. It's totally the exact same one. It's a dreadnought even. You missed nothing. So yeah, we gotta get ourselves in the proper mindset for actually doing this. We can't be thinking that we are still in a heavy bombardment cruiser. We're in a dreadnought now. That brings with it certain responsibilities. And so we'll have to set that up. So we've got a heavy cruiser. This one is a BCS. This one is also a BCS because they like working together. We've got a CCX on our side, the Fang. Well, nothing. There's our dreadnought. See, we lost the XCB in the other mission. He got mobbed by a whole bunch of ships, but we managed to get through that one without a scratch. All right, so we got our first sensor decoy ready. We're gonna prep the second sensor decoy and let them duke it out. We are really not rigged for this kind of battle. Like, I see what the game's trying to do, and I think it's a bad plan. Because I don't think we win this. Let's run. I think it was a huge mistake. Where are the fighters? Somewhere. Who said we had fighters? We never had fighters. Jesus. I do not like this ship. I do not like what the game is assuming that we are capable of at this point. It is a problem. A major problem. Did I explain something to the pacification command? No, we're in the same ship. We're in a dreadnought. We're absolutely in a dreadnought. No, seriously, there's something. So what the game is assuming is that we're in a dreadnought. And we have a heavy cruiser escort. So clearly I can send 2 battle cruisers against them. It's not against the rules at all. The problem is that whoever wins the plasma duel is the people who brought the most plasma to the fight. And we don't bring plasma to the fight. Well, it's technically in the dreadnought class. I mean, there's 4 categories. There's frigate, light cruiser, heavy cruiser, and dreadnought. And yeah, battleships are in the dreadnought class. So yeah. But this is the problem if the game is going to continually do that to us. Because it's either got to actually furnish us with a fleet or give us a one-on-one encounter. Furnish us with a fleet. Good. That's what we wanted to see. So now we can probably do this. In the real world, it's even better. Alright, so we've got a DNH along with us, the Dracora, as well as the BCS Serpenticon against their BCSX as well. Which appears to be apparently the only ship the Gorn now build. So that's a thing. Set this up for 2. 1, 2, 3 for the I-types, I suppose. Of course the game was too easy. No. No, we lost it because we were still in the mentality of doing things with our X-type heavy bombardment cruiser. Which was, we can dip in, blast them a whole bunch, fire a couple plasma torpedoes, and get the hell out. You can't do that with a carrier. Also, because it's squared us off against 2 BBXs. So it was us and a BBX versus their 2 BBXs, and we didn't have the firepower to make that work. Like, it's a support ship, and it's not really capable of doing that kind of battle. Now, our fighters would have been awesome to throw into that, except both of them had 4 D-type plasma torpedoes, and they would have just ripped the fighters apart. So trying to send them into that is just asking for death and trouble. Which was slightly annoying to have to deal with. We might get another BBVX. I mean, it could happen. It's a very expensive ship, but I would like to get back into an XCB. I'm not a huge fan of the conjunction, if I'm honest. It's got no heavy weapons aside from the PPD, which, as much as I love the PPD, if you're going to start fighting in all of these dreadnought battles, you're going to have to bring some secondary to that. Because the ISC is not nimble enough to be able to do the raiding party style mission. See if I care. That's not going to hurt. Ha! See? Didn't hurt. Barely hurt at all. And now you're dead. Alright, so, full speed of time. But yeah, we fought the battle as though we were still in a heavy bombardment cruiser, and that was a mistake. Even though we had the same armament as a heavy bombardment cruiser. Getting fighters through this, though, has become a bit of a problem. The D-type plasma torpedo is exceedingly devastating. I wasn't quite sure how to get by it. And then the one dreadnought that we had absolutely mauled did not lose any of his defense, or did not lose his defensive plasma torpedoes entirely until never. I think at the very end it was still packing them, which was a bit frustrating to have to deal with. So, but we sent all of them off against one, and they all died and didn't manage to deal enough damage to do anything, which I was expecting. But we didn't have the firepower to support that. Kinda sucks. But we've got the Gorn to do the heavy lifting, I suppose. We win enough battles with them, we won't have to do anything. Let's cruise on down to this up. Fight more Feddies? Well, we can't do that until after we open up the path to the Federation. Like, that's what the point of this is. We have been bombarding that one Federation planet for forever, and it still hasn't been going down at all. So I figure if I can actually build a continuous order towards it, maybe that'll work. Are fighters a liability in the campaign, do you think? I was never able to get much use out of them. Depends on who you're fighting. It really does. Fighting that, 2 Gorn battleships, when it's basically you on your own, because our Gorn battleship died almost immediately. They're amazing. They're incredibly powerful, but D-type plasma torpedoes will rip them apart. So that... They bring a ton of firepower to the table. That can't be denied, but they just... Do they bring enough? I'm not sure. They bring a lot of it, though. Also, they've fixed a problem that a lot of ISC ships have, and that's maneuverability. Another heavy cruiser, and we got another heavy dreadnought. Excellent. That is a PLPH, though. So a lot of ISC ships are not very nimble at all. The XCB really is the exception to the rule. So, I mean, you can see this is a much more classic dreadnought for the ISC. It is sluggish as all hell. It does not have a great acceleration or deceleration, and it does not turn very well. So that allows you to be outmaneuvered quite easily, and fighters can stop that because a fighter has a 360-degree arc on all its weapons and turns on a dime. So it would be great if we could bring just a whole ton of fighters. But you're going to start losing fighters pretty quick if you're throwing them consistently into D-type plasma torpedo-armed ships. I think, yeah, during our Federation campaign, Season 10, we made extensive use of fighters against the Romulans. And we could do that because there were a lot of Romulan ships that just did not have D-type plasma torpedoes, because they were much more built around the idea of cloak hopping. But the Gorn, well, those 2 battleships were really kind of the worst possible thing we could have run into. And I'm not quite sure how common D-type plasma torpedoes are throughout the entire Gorn fleet. I mean, these guys don't have any. But if it's exceptionally common, then yeah, fighters are a liability. If it's not exceptionally common, then no, fighters are amazing, because they'll hit you from all angles and deal a ton of damage. Now, one of the problems of our fighters, though, is because we're ISC, I don't think our fighters have heavy weapons. I mean, I could check that. In fact, I'm actually going to start to check that now. Because if I can find out, I need... fed cheat sheet, ship list modded, no. I need the fighter list. Where did I put that? Oh, somewhere. I'll go look that up in a bit. So the reactor's kind of small? Well, compared to 84 on the last ship, yeah, I suppose you could say that. It was a pretty fascinating thing, though. Oh, that's what I could do. Alright, now, where did I put it? Because you're supposed to be... I'm letting him kind of do his own thing. He can outgun the Reptilicon pretty severely while I look for things. See, I want to open with Quattro. So we're going to come after this guy and hopefully line him up pretty good. And the screen is going to go black for just a second, but just chill with it. It's going to be fine. Clicky. I can bring this over here. And clicky. There we go. So we're back to business as we come into the Reptilicon. What I'm literally doing is I'm opening up the fighter list that I've got, which is the actual game information that modifying will change things. So I want somewhere around here. Did I not load it in this? I know I did. I'm going to have to open up the fighter list somewhere. Because if we have that information, then we'll know what we can get. Nice nav console? What? I don't get it. Alright, so at this point, yeah, he's pretty much dead already. I mean, he's about to have another plasma torpedo ready to go in about a turn and a half, but if they don't, just end the game so our fighters have 1 PPD. No. No, fighters don't operate at that range. Like, that's one of the big problems you're going to run into if you try and do that, is the fighters do not operate at a range of 4. They operate at a range of 2.5 and less. Do I just tank this? I'll try and bring it on this shield, and that'll be just fine. Good. Interesting decision there. I'm gonna punish you for it. There we go. Now we're cutting through. He has an R-type plasma torpedo, though, which he decided to fire at the Gorn Dreadnought. Can't really blame him, but he should have known that my human reflexes are slower than the AI. So, let's just pull him to a stop. There we go. Besides, I'm not about, like, just changing things. I'm fairly certain the ISC ships don't have it. No, they can't have G2s. That would be stupid. There are limits. There are limits. We try and keep them reasonable. Reasonableness is key. Because if we become unreasonable, then what do we have? Let's see. I need this PC, normal drive, and it's in here. And then if we go all the way to Taldrin, let's see. Is it OP plus? Yes, it is. Okay, there it is. So, I want open with spreadsheet. Yes, open as read only. Continue that. This is the wrong fighter list that I had before. Got to do something about it. I'm really trying to do 2 things at once that I shouldn't be doing, because I should be paying attention to the actual stream instead of trying to pay attention to seeing what the game files hold. Give them nuke mines. Hello, Drakus. Welcome to the stream. We are in a Dreadnought, the Conjunction, because we watched way too much Schoolhouse Rock. And we're going to bomb another planet, because we're really good at it. And hopefully we'll finish bombing this planet enough that the Gorn will give us this planet. But yeah, the Federation fighters, they've got photon torpedoes and missiles. It's awesome. Marak ships have missiles. It's awesome. Are you on Windows Aero? I'm on Windows 10. So a simple way of doing that. Let's X this out. And I could have sworn I had saved it somewhere just completely open to me. So I'm not sure where it went. It should be somewhere easy to find. Does Conjunction know its function? It's attempting to learn. Hello, Thornbush. Welcome to the stream. 12 fighters spamming nuke mines would be so funny. And they would all die because mines apparently have a slightly larger radius than the normal game. By the way, are you actually an armed planet? Yes, you are. Okay, so you're just not firing because you're being coy, I suppose. So once we cruise into the planet, we should be able to completely annihilate it without too much trouble. Are we at maximum speed? We're not at maximum speed of time. What am I doing? Of course we need to be maximum speed. Otherwise, we're not going to have a whole heck of a lot of fun, are we? Let's get ourselves within range to nuke it down and destroy everything that they ever had. They would be just as dumb and drop them in front of my ship. Yeah, they've done that to us before. I mean, not with nuclear mines, but with normal mines. Incoming fire. I don't think I'm quite within range for your fire to hurt me all that much. And how much power did I got the full shield at this point? Yeah, we're rocking almost 40. So we can take just about anything you've got. Almost anything you've got. And we go flinging in them and explode. Yeah, the AI really likes to do that to us. Just, hey, you're my ally? Clearly what I need to do is drop a mine in your face to see what happens. So let's open with this. Open as read only. No, do not increase boundaries. Well, that didn't work. I'm really wondering where my fighter list went. Because I was messing with the fighter list a couple of days ago. Because I was trying to see just what sort of things I was looking at. Because the main thing I was looking to do was change the ship list, but the fighter list was right there, so I may as well mess with it. So. It's going to take a little while just to nuke you into the ground, isn't it? going to be frustrating is what he's going to be. Let's turn the ship a little bit so that that plasma torpedo does not hit that very weak shield again. The funny thing is, we're dealing damage, we haven't managed to penetrate this forward shield. Maybe more plasma, I'm neutrino infrared suits. Why? They do have phasers. Like, they have lots of phasers. They're great on that. So for anti-fighter work, they actually do a pretty good job of it. But the problem is they don't have any heavy weapons that I can use at standoff range. So I can't tell them, sit at a range of 8 and fire proximity photon torpedoes. I can't tell them, oh, just unleash your missiles at a medium range and I'll call you back once your missiles need reloading. They can stay out for a long time. They're great for that. But not having heavy weapons kind of takes away what sort of options you have to, takes away what kind of options you have for skirmishing with them. Because they're not going to hurt a battleship from medium range. Their main weapons are those Gatling phasers. And Gatling phasers are a range of no greater than 3. So it's a bit of a limitation on the ship. There's no radiation lake. We haven't even taken any damage to the shields. You're being panicky. Nobody needs radiation. All you need are just a good, sturdy pair of gloves. You'll be fine. Don't you trust your captain? I think he hit himself with that one. Have I caused enough damage to you to be dead? No, I've caused enough damage to take away 2 of your phaser 3s, so there's that going for us. I do kind of regret, though, having lost that BBV. I wish you had just played a little bit more cagey on that. But still, I'm not quite sure what a better, aside from running, would have been the better solution. But you can't send fighters into that kind of plasma D storm. I mean, 8 plasma Ds, they'd each be getting hit with 2 of them per time, or more than that. Does each plasma torpedo able to fire at each target once, or is it 1 per? I know each mount will fire twice, but I'm not sure about each hardpoint, how that one works out. I'm gonna have to check it at some point. The next time we're using a plasma D ship with multiple plasma Ds. And then we'll be able to find out exactly what's going on. But yeah, plasma Ds are really, really dangerous to fighters. The moment they get introduced, carrier effectiveness becomes a lot reduced. PPD, or pseudo-frigates, pseudo-fighters, whatever, they're super vulnerable to plasma Ds. Like, they can take multiple hits, but it's only a couple of multiple hits. How are you doing? You've lost everything. Good, go in. Time to roll. Let's go in and drop bombs and kill everybody. I think we've got everything. Marines, how is he doing? He's got 13. That's a lot of Marines. We've managed to almost wipe out every single installation on the planet, and he still has 12 Marines. I'm impressed. Or I would be impressed if I didn't have to shoot through everything that he's got. BBD is about to come up. They're ready to go. Down to 6. Almost got him. And unfortunately, our plasma torpedoes only shoot backwards, because somebody went to the Excelsior School of Building Weapons. Virus bombs? No. No, even we're not that evil. Let's say it for truly evil people. Alright, planet, you are mine. I have successfully conquered you. That will reduce your Empire defense by like 5 if I'm lucky. Come on, give me the planet. I want it. 22X7Y. But why? 495 prestige will go a long way towards making our ship a little bit more viable. Still at 30. I do not know what's going on, but we do not seem to be making any kind of dent in these territories. And that goes the same for the Federation territories. We were just bombing the heck out of the planet. Heck, we went with a full surround and we still couldn't cause damage to it. I'm thinking maybe something might be bugged, and maybe the ISC campaign needs to be retired. I'm not positive on that, but I am starting to lean in that direction a bit. Maybe we should start a different stream campaign. Because if we can't take things, then I'm not sure what we can do. And it shouldn't be a problem with the normal faction, because we did an ISC campaign for just normally, and we conquered the Gorn. So, a little bit of deja vu going on here. Oh, we actually have damage to a phaser, don't we? Whoops. Let's patch that up. And how much power do I have? A pretty decent amount. We'll go full of this. Maximize on this. So full shields, full electronic countermeasures. And we'll let the DNP go ahead of us. And we'll also increase the speed of time since we're just going to be wallowing a bit. Oh, it is a BBX, so that is quite dangerous. Anybody know how many transporters we have? That might be important. Because if we can steal the ship, then that puts us in a really nice position. I mean, we won't get to keep the ship. That would be too much fun if the game lets you do that. The Predatoricon. It's not as cool as the Chromaticon or the Triceracon, but you're trying. He's been pretty badly damaged. Well, by pretty badly damaged, I mean he's lost 2 shields, of which we're flying into the front of a main shield. Seriously, how did the ISC think that this style of ship was going to be any good? It's just 4 PPDs and it's got no powerful crunch weapons. Like, this would be a great carrier loadout, but I don't see this as being the mainstay of your fleet. Because what happens after they get within PPD range? So, hey, we're here. Fire the phasers. We can weaken them a lot with the phasers, but we don't have the final kill that we kind of need. And time to pull away because his weapons are starting to come online. Wow. Okay, so it is per mount. But each one did get shot at twice. Plasma torpedoes, please. Get the other one out there too as well. There we go. And half-firing plasma torpedoes are a terrible idea. They're just mauling each other. Are we going to have PPDs by the time we come around? Nope. They are not going to be quite yet charged, which means it's another phaser pass with overloaded phasers. Yeah, I get that the ISC is supposed to work in, like, close quarters, or not, but close formations. But I'm not quite sure how this battleship fits into that close formations idea. Like, I suppose you can just flood them with PPD firepower at the very beginning, but it's a bit of a problem. They converted the ships, but not the tactics to make that work. The plan would be to strip the shields with the PPD, and the gun line smaller ships between the target would tear them apart. Okay, I suppose that makes some sense. Yeah, that would help resolve a lot of issues, I suppose. But for us, it's a bit of an issue. How would you resolve that? Because if we bring a couple of gunline ships, I mean that's like how many Thornbush? I assume that you play ISC or you played ISC. How many ships per normal engagement would you see for something like this for the ISC? Like, are we talking about we should have 3 ships and so I should go out and buy 2 more plasma destroyers, or is this a case of you really would be fielding about 9 vessels normally at this point? I'm curious to know. I know almost nothing about ISC tactics. Also, speaking of which, what are you? You are a GFRD, so it is going to have a plasma torpedo, but at least it won't be able to cloak. So we will have that going for us. Maximum speed of time, yes, plasma PPDs are all set up, and let's rock and roll. Get on in there nice and quick, nice and close, so that we can deal the maximum damage. And, yeah. Power. Power is what I was looking for, of which I have none. Now I have 1. There we go. We're winning. With 1 point of power. And we'll just pull into a nice little parking orbit and shell it to death since we can't really do anything else. Slow way down. I mean, the big dreadnoughts will help out, assuming they actually get into the battle. Did I need to actually drag you guys into a fight? Not doing enough damage, but we'll work on that. We will steadily work to cause more and more damage until he dies. As is the strategy of many space empires. Wow, that was a completely wasted plasma torpedo. They didn't even have to shoot it down. Hi, I'm here to utterly annihilate your entire force. And to do that, I'm going to get nice and close to a range of just under 5. Put everything into the forward shields. Hi, I've got 40 points of power to do that with. Now I have no points of power. So you still have your plasma torpedo, which is not grand. I was really hoping that would be destroyed by this. So we should probably turn. Oh, actually, no, it's dead. Never mind. Just keep facing him. We're good. Because he's not going to be able to stop us at the point. You're dead. On to bigger and better things. On to the next one. As few as 3 ships would try an echelon, but a battleship would be the core of a 9-ship formation. Mid-layer would be 3 or 4 cruisers, in the front row 5 or so destroyers. they would die in droves, but the expensive bigger ships would be safe. Ah, so really what we're doing is just not all that viable. Like, I suppose I could buy 2 plasma cruisers, but... Welcome back, Josh. No actual damage on the ship, so we're perfectly safe. But we are getting schooled in ISC tactics by Teacher Thornbrush, as he tells us, well, everything that we can do in this game is wrong. Not quite that, but the idea behind it is that we should have a lot more ships in our force. The fact that that phaser through fires and I can't stop it from firing is a major source of annoyance for me right now. Because it instantly causes my my phaser capacitor to just sap all the power out of the thing. So if we want to do this a la ISC special tactics as best as we could do, I suppose our 3-ship echelon would have to be a battleship and 2 plasma cruisers. But that would be insanely dangerous against the Gorn, who can match our numbers easily, because our maximum number of ships we can have at any one time is 3. Like, it'll give us more, and if I want to capture things throughout the game, I can have up to 6. But we can't actually build the proper ISC echelon firing line. Which is not good, because that's kind of their main tactic, it would appear. Let's get in here and finish up the last one. What are you even doing? AI. Shut this down. Make sure it doesn't sap my requirements for everything. And I'll stop, please. And just in time. Good. What are you doing? You're a bloody dreadnought. Why are you not in here, like, right now? These ships, I expect more from them, and they do not deliver. So is there anything like a fast assault wing for the ISC? Like, did they ever come up with, like, small wings of heavy cruisers or something? Is that something we could build for? 450 prestige. Empire defense remains at 30. Going to replicate pizza. Well, good luck with that, rumor. Replicate as much pizza as you can get your hands on. Pizza is, of course, the key to victory and life. I'll take a planetary assault, but I'm not sure it's going to give us anything. At this point, I'm not sure what's going to weaken or reduce their ability to do anything. So we've got a DNP and an XCF along with us, and we're squaring off against a DNH. So a heavy dreadnought, we should have not too much trouble trying to fight them. What about 2 XDDs? I've thought about that. I'm severely thinking about that, but that probably wouldn't be enough firepower. But putting in a BBVX plus 2 XDDs, maybe? Do they get XDPs? I wonder about that. Because one of the things about the destroyers and the frigates is they're cheap enough that you can basically replace them in a single mission. Losing that battleship was a big deal. Like, it's going to take us a while to recover from that. We're probably not going to get back up to 11,000 whatever prestige in today. Like, that is probably something that won't happen until next week, which is not great because it was kind of an important ship. So I'm not sure. I'm really kind of concerned, but it has always, because one of the things I've always wondered about the ISC is why do so many of their large ships not combine massive PPD and plasma armaments? But apparently that's the reason, because their entire tactical strategy is based on a tiered approach. And so battleships aren't meant to get anywhere near the enemy. They're meant to be way off in the distance. Which makes a perfect amount of sense, but it also makes it a really weird implementation in this game because we simply cannot get up to those numbers. So I wonder if there would be a way to cheat the game into allowing us to have a large fleet. But even then, that would run into the problem of the AI is just stupid, and they do not understand how to do ISC tactics properly. You'd need to come up with some way of scripting the AI to respond to specific ways of fighting. And then the entire wave of the plasma torpedoes would be utterly wasted the moment they fired a wild weasel. How do tabletop players handle that? Do you just fire your plasma torpedoes in stages? I'm actually really curious now. I want to learn about how these guys fight. Oh, because they're just weird. I'm not even sure the ISC had battleships. So all of this stuff is not real? I mean dreadnoughts, not battleships. They're almost... Because, like, almost nobody made... in canon, like, nobody made their battleships. It was all on paper designs. So... we're going to have to Wild Weasel this one. I'm just going to wait a little bit. And I'm going to keep on chugging because I can, because we stayed at the speed of 4. Yeah, I think only the Klingons ever actually built battleships, but everybody else had an on-paper design. Wow, lots of misses going on there. I think they only made the one, and they only finished it and then it wasn't finished. 2D-AXs might have good firepower, not too much micro, might be able to focus down one target at a time using fleet mode. Never able to pull it off myself. Yeah, I suppose. It'll be interesting to see just what the XDDs bring to the table. GCS Fire Death. Ah, the straightforward edgelord name. At one point, I think I was using frigates, because if you lost a frigate, it was like 200 to replace it, and it was pretty gosh darn effective, just because it had massive shields. I'm gonna get right on top of you and just blast you with a phaser fire. That worked out pretty good. I mean, he kind of messed with my numbers a bit. The Klingons have some absolutely massive ships in Klingon Academy. I'm pretty sure it's a different universe, isn't it? Does Klingon battles take place in the... Or does Klingon Academy take place in the Starfleet Battles universe? There we go. Onto the planet, which is a PL0. So you are either completely undefended or an absolute, like, monster fortress world. I can't remember which, but you're one or the other. Full speed of time as we figure this out. They're not shooting, and they're within range. Okay, you're completely undefended. Perfect. Wonderful. Yeah, Trekyards actually recently did an episode about it, the B-11s. And we're talking about how it never actually got finished. Well, it did get finished, but... Or maybe not? Maybe only the boom got finished? Klingon Academy is a direct sequel to Star Trek VI. Interesting. So we're going to bombard the planet into submission and move on. So by the way, I know we were talking about this earlier on, but I'll talk about this now and once more in a little bit. But we're going to be changing up the streaming schedule a bit. These past 2 weeks have been a lot of fun. I've been enjoying especially the interaction, just being much more immediate, just chatting with you guys. But it takes quite a bit of time, and as we're moving into flu season, I do want to get a little bit of a buffer of extra episodes, about 2 weeks of content I want done. And I kind of need the time slot that I would normally stream this in order to get that buffer, just in preparation of flu season. So I'm going to be reducing the streaming schedule probably to about once a week. I haven't decided, maybe twice a week. It has been suggested we do one on the weekend as well. So I'm just trying to figure out what days would be good for you guys, just so that we can get a little bit of an idea of where everybody's head's at. And again, I'll talk about this. Oh wow, that's a lot of people, Marines we sent over. I'll talk a little bit about this again at the end of the stream, just so in case anybody comes in at the very last minute, as they sometimes do, and we can discuss it just a little bit. Yeah, the streaming has been a lot of fun, but it takes up a lot of time. Right in the middle of where I would normally just do some recording to get ahead on. Especially now that we're kind of doing longer format videos for our Rogue Tech stuff. Like, normally I tried to keep things down to about 20 minutes for all my videos, but with Rogue Tech, everybody seems to like a little bit longer on episodes. Yeah, we're having no effect here at all. None at all. That's a base assault and we can't get out of it. Klingon Academy is a prequel. Huh. Which one's Star Trek 6? Is that the one where Cybok and they're trying to find God? Okay, so this is gonna get ugly. Because that's a DMP, but that's a DNH, and we are, well, we don't have any big crunchy weapons, and there's a base station somewhere out there. I'd like to find a probe to find out exactly what kind of base station it is. So 5's that one. So which one's 6? 6 isn't the moon of Praxis explodes, right? Is it? I don't remember. There we go. The probe's finally out. Hey, 5 has the best... It has the best line in all of Star Trek. Yeah, so 6 is Commander Kang and making peace with the Klingons and the moon of Praxis exploding. So, depending on how big this thing is, depends on whether or not I'm running. How big are you, Mr. Gorn Starbase? First star on the right side. Yeah, but 5 has what does God need with a starship? And that is, in my opinion, the best line in all of Star Trek. What does God need with a starship? So let's get out of here. We are no longer interested in fighting you. You are much too big and scary. So we're just going to drop all pretext of fighting. And you two can have your little civil war. So we're gone. And hopefully we're not heading into a corner too much. We were, but whatever. Oh, wrong way. This way. Star Trek 5 has some things going for it. Yep. General Chang in the computer game is good. It's good to see in the movie. To be or not to be. Yeah, that's actually where where we got a heartbeat gem. I actually use that like so often. Whenever I get something working or something, it's always we've got a heartbeat. That was a great movie. Oh, that movie has so many great moments, especially just in that final battle. Spock's or them saying that they just wish that Chang would shut up and things like that. Like, that was such a great movie. Alright, 4 points for repair were needed. 4 more points, +4, and there we go, finally done. Yeah, the thing's gotta have a tailpipe. Clearly, it's just obvious. Alrighty, so I think our ISC campaign's bugged. I really do, because we're having 0 effect whatsoever on the Empire defense of that planet. And we should be doing something to it. We know that we can capture planets and starbases together. We've done it before. So something kind of weird's going on, and I'm not sure what. So I think we may have to... retire the ISC stream. Because it's just not going anywhere anymore. Which is a bit of a shame. I mean, we've been having a lot of fun playing the ISC, and we've been learning a lot of stuff about the ISC. But if it's just not going to work, then we may switch to a different faction and see what can work. You know? So let's make this the final battle. The final battle of the ISC campaign. So as we're doing this, let's think what other faction are we going to be doing for the stream campaign, which will start probably next week, but we'll probably get an episode or 2 in right now. Think on it, ladies and gentlemen. Because I think ISC may unfortunately be slightly bugged. Which is not great, but it's what we got to work with. Oh yeah, also, we need to do this. A couple of hits. That's good. Oh, you're just going to get absolutely mauled because 2-on-1 is not fair, and I do not have the firepower to add even on this one. Yeah, it's just... The problem is we're just having 0 effect on the Empire defense of anybody. And in fact, the Empire defense of the one planet seemed to be going up as we bombarded it. Like the one Federation planet, it seemed like we were having the opposite of progress happen constantly. So, at this point, we're just doing random missions, which we can do, and we do. I mean, the skirmishes are coming up shortly after this. But if we're not getting anything done, then what's the point? Oh, we lost our shields, but we managed to keep the actual ship intact. Now we'll take plasma torpedo to the face for our trouble, plus another one to the face. Again for our trouble. Let's keep the repairs going on. No, not that yet. That'll take 3 weeks. We gotta just give us time. Repair, plus Marines, plus beam them over. That's the first set. If I can get them down a bit more. Come on, just give me a little bit more progress on these Marines and I can steal the ship. I'm going to fully admit that, yes, we actually did this. Partially to get the ship blown up. Then over the Marines. Oh, you have shields now. There we go. So yeah, unfortunately that's got to be the end of the ISC campaign. I mean, we're not having any effect at all. So I don't know if just this specific save file got corrupted, because it is really old at this point. It's like 8 months old at this point. Or what. But it's not working. So, which faction do we want to pick now? And we can come back to the ISC. I mean, if everybody wants to try the ISC campaign again, that is absolutely an option. Hang on a sec. So I can save this properly. Because I'm still going to save it properly. And we have other options too. So We're actually going to showcase some of those in just a little bit. Go into campaign, go new game. Time for a new camp for the stream, I guess. Yeah, it's got to be done. The campaign's not going anywhere, mainly because we don't seem to be damaging the planets at all, and I'm not sure why. So we could actually just go right for the War of Pacification. Like, we have the original game, the original campaign from Empire at War that we could pick up and try and run the ISC campaign that way. Gorn or Orion? Gorn don't have a weird weapon mix. What would you like to try? A pirate faction? We could do a pirate campaign. I hate pirate campaigns, but we can do it. I'm open to anything. The only thing we can't do is we can't do a Marat campaign because we're already doing a Marat campaign. The Marat campaign is currently the normal one. But we could do anybody else. So they're all on the table, including trying the ISC again. Orion? Orion appears to be the suggestion. If nobody else countermands him shortly, we will go for that one. So I will give you a little bit of time, just because I know there's a delay between the two. But right now, things are on Orion. Josh wants pirates too, so that's a point towards Orion. So we've got 2. Come on. There's 8 people watching right now, so more of you can vote. So 1 for Orion, 1 for pirates, which will go towards Orion if someone names a major faction. And then... So is that a positive towards them, Drakus, or a negative against them? They're a pirate faction, so we're going to be fighting on the pirate map, trying to become the most successful raiders we possibly can be. Laurendale doesn't give a crap. He's like, be pirates, I don't care. So 1 more person says Orion, we'll do Orion. We've got 2 for it already. I mean, theoretically, everybody could then show up and say no, do Prime Industries, but I don't think that's going to happen, if I'm completely honest about things. And we'll get a couple of missions done with Orion. Alright, there we go. That's more than enough people. So Cap will go to Admiral plus early era. Begin the brand new campaign. We're pirates. Yarhar. Just love watching. Oh, that's one way of putting it. Apparently we start out in literally the middle of nowhere. There is nothing here at all. There's no planets. There's no starbase. We just start here. So welcome to the middle of nowhere, ladies and gentlemen. So who do we want to piss off, I guess? Let's check out our cartel view. Oh, we're at the very edge of Orion space. Okay, I got you. Let's figure out what our frig can do. Oh, we start with the test immediately. Oh, boy. Clearly the test. Which I think we're going to die on. Final test before reaching full command of the ship. The cartel follows. You will intercept a Federation freighter that is loaded with medical supplies. Capture this freighter in return. But there's going to be a Federation ship that shows up. Yes, there will be booty. Hopefully. We have 2 photon torpedoes, so quite a bit of booty. Alright, so let's kick up our speed to as fast as we can manage. We have 14 power. Let's not forget about the engine doubling. Engine doubling is critical. That'll allow us to be aggressive. How do you upgrade your ship? Do you have to take a... no, you can pull into any starbase as Orions. The target has sent out a distress signal. We are now jamming all frequencies. I wish you had been doing that before he sent out the signal. That would have made our lives considerably easier. Oh, we got more power. We need to get there quickly. Instantaneously, if at all possible. As soon as these photon torpedoes are loaded, we'll be able to do something. Did you figure out how to use starbases in this? Yeah, you buy the starbase, then you go to a tile that you own that does not have a starbase, and then it'll give you an option to take a mission, and you will take the starbase construction mission, and then you will have to defend the starbase against several things, and then it will place the starbase. Which campaign did we do that in? That was Federation versus... That was Federation versus Klingon, or not Klingon. It was down in that sector, wasn't it? We did it in a campaign recently. What a cute ship he has. Can we call it One-Eyed Willie? It has a name, and its name is Sabretooth. Because it's aggressive, like a saber-toothed kitty. Federation versus Romulan, we did it in. Okay. Alright, set up the photon torpedoes. Set up the 1 phaser hardpoint. Oh boy. This ship could explode at any moment. Get back here. I can't go any quicker. Well, I could, but I'd have to hurt my ship to do it. I don't want to do that. That'd be risky. Reinforce. No hailing frequencies to open just yet. After the Goonies. We're pirates, not children trying to... No, that was Little Rascals, never mind. The one movie where the kids are trying to make a soapbox racer. You keep blowing up their base instead of capturing. You kept blowing up their base instead of. We tried! We really did. But then we had to keep blowing them up. Increase the speed of time. We can't go any faster, and it's just a stern pursuit at this point. Oh, it's gonna take us at least 3 more turns to get there. Because we're doing less than 15. Come on, get back here. Are you shooting me? Let's set a shot across their bow. Actually, no, because then we'd have to slow down. So that's the main problem. It was a pirate movie? What an odd typo. Putting them. No, I don't want to double the engines yet. That breaks the ship. We don't want to break the ship. The ship is important to keep intact. Alright, so I need Marines. Do I have enough Marines? Alright, so let's open fire in 3. It's the Euro. Oh, of course we're attacking this now. Put Lorendell in command. Alright, shields are down. Steal the medical supplies? Or no, we have to steal the ship, don't we? So, photon torpedoes. Nailed him. Starship has just entered the sector. That's not good. That's significantly bad. So we have a very limited amount of time with which you will grab me in a tractor beam. Interesting plan. I don't think it's a good one. Let's go into this, and I want half power phasers, and we're going to start hurting everything. It's a Federation FLG, and he's nailing us. Oh my god, he already blew open. He took out one of my phasers. Stop taking damage. There we go. Shoot more. This is actually a problem. Like a pretty significant problem. Because we've got a Federation FLG coming in. He's got a pretty decent amount of weaponry. And we have to capture this guy. But we can't capture him until after we deal enough damage to take out his Marines. Can I hail him or something? Nope. Like, it's carrying medical supplies, but I gotta capture it. I think the thing I did when I did this during the main, the actual Beast Raiders campaign, I think what we ended up doing was we, Are you fixing that or what? You broke it again? I think the thing that we ended up doing was we tractor beamed it and had to drag it around for the whole fight. We've got to kill 4 of them, and I can only beam over 2 people at a time. That's insufficient. I'm turning off half-power weapons so I can fire a photon torpedo into him. The photon torpedo missed. Gunnery, you will be fired. Or shot. Or both. Alright, so we're going to have to do this with one hand tied behind our back. Because we need to get our shields back and shoot him and also hold on to him. Let's start causing some damage to him, please. Actually, it's going to be really hard to steal him. We're attacking the Euro, so clearly you're in charge. So, this is... We just don't have enough transporters. How am I supposed to take a ship without multiple transporters? Of course the FLG's almost in range. It's a problem. It's a major problem. Stop hitting me. God, no armor. Sure, being fired from being a pirate always means death. Its eye patches when I make range combat very tricky. I've just used 3 spare parts on this same gosh darn phaser mount. Because apparently, it's incredibly vulnerable to damage. Photon torpedoes. Am I in arc? I think I am. Fire photon torpedo. Surrender your gosh darn ship. Okay, we took out a phaser 3 that shoots backwards, but not the phaser 2 that shoots backwards. And we've got the FLG showing up on us. It's the fuzz. We're gonna have to do something about him. It's like, what am I supposed to even be doing at this point? Because we just gotta wait. Because eventually he's gonna back off. Stop shooting me. Half power. Hopefully we'll disable something. Be good at fixing phasers. Yeah, clearly. Phasers fire! There we go. More shots in. Didn't disable anything. Disabled some power. Okay, that's good. Dump a mine. Oh, you little jerk face. I have an Australian captain or crew apparently. I need you to stop. Like right about... Don't think the mine will arm in time if I do that. Let's not risk it. Phasers. Full power, photon torpedoes. Hey, we hit him with that. And damaged the phaser, but did not destroy the phaser. So let's steal some booty. Give me the stuff. You had no spare parts, did you? Don't bomb me! I can't do anything about it. I think he's also boarding me, trying to blow up my stuff. Alright, what do you got? You're all phasers. I have photon torpedoes, which technically mean I'll gun you, but the problem is, I've got to steal this ship. If it was just a matter of blowing up the Federation ship, we could do that with no problems. But I've got to kill a ship. On the bright side, I don't think he has any more, Yeah, I know. On the bright side, I don't think he has any more transporter bombs. Which will be nice. And never mind. But he is holding on to me, so I'm going to drag him in this direction. Let go, or I'm going to run you into mine. That hurt us a hell of a lot more than I hurt him. Who came up with this test? This was a dumb test. We're out of here. Screw the rules. Screw the rules, we have warp engines. I'm going to leave this map before you will. Your mother's fat. And your father even more so. Hit the warp engines. We're out of here. I forgot how much I hate pirates. Part of it is because of the test and the test, like, quest line that sends you down. It's like, what the hell? You're honestly expecting us to be able to handle all of this? In a little tiny do-nothing freighter? Lost the cargo, but it happens. Yeah, that's nice to know. I'm happy that you think it's okay that we lost all of our stuff and 124 points of damage. Now the ruse. Oh, pirate missions. Why? This shouldn't kick off until after you have a ship that's worth using. Because this mission is purely impossible. Like, this mission is nuts. I don't know what the heck they're thinking. So we're in a special nature preserve, and we have to go do something. What is it? Hail the ship. Hi. No response from the privateer. How about you? You're a light cruiser. Hail you. No response from the privateer. We're supposed to run through this area, figure out where we need to steal a sun glider or something like that, and then survive. Delay the ISC until a oh, no, we just have to survive. Never mind. So we need to insult them. So we're up to speed at this point. Well, let's slow down a bit, see if I can't charge a photon torpedo of some description. Let's get things started now. Alright. So how do you insult the ISC in such a way that they will be willing to pay attention to you and stay here? Can I beam something onto them? I should have read the mission description. I regret something. Slow down a bit. Hi! What do you want? I'm here. You have plasma torpedoes. You have big plasma torpedoes. You have long-range plasma torpedoes. I take that back. Run! Run faster. You ate frog legs? Congratulations. They have a lot of plasma. Hey, look at me. I'm here. Hey, they're shooting me. I think that worked. More power. So I think we got their attention. So how do we keep alive long enough for the rest of the strike force to show up? This is Captain Zaleski of the ISC. Under the authority granted us by the Organians, I hereby order you to surrender. You have 30 standard time units to stand down or be destroyed. Well, that was very nice. They're being incredibly polite. Can I hail you? No, I can't hail the light cruiser. So they're not apparently listening to allow me to stand down. So I'm not quite sure what the plan is. Maybe they're just really miffed that I fired at them. That's probably it, honestly. I'm about to get way too close to you. Let's head towards an asteroid. Whee! See if I can't avoid them. Give me a top-down view. Because here's my plan. I think it's working. Aha! Totally worked. Never mind, the torpedoes went around the asteroid instead of through it. So many incoming torpedoes. At least it was fired at beyond effective range. But we do have them pretty much tied up. Actually, if I can keep them inside that, I can keep them constantly damaging themselves. Which could work out quite advantageously in the long run. So... oh, you're burning yourself alive. That works out perfectly well for me. Let's do it. Let's see if I can't do it. Not in this time. I don't think so, anyway. Nope, not in time. We'll need to set it up. Finally, where the hell were you guys? Seriously. Well, at least we were able to keep them all distracted and let them show up. So now we have reinforcements and now we get to fight. Which I suppose was the plan all along. So hail you. Shouldn't have gotten that close. So where's the nearest anything, really? So they're all decloaking. They're just decloaking super slowly. Oh, no, there he goes. Okay, here's my cunning plan, and I'm not sure I can quite enact it, but that is my goal. There we go. Come on. This way. Do you think we can make it all the way over there in time? That's the big question. Nope. No, we could not. But these guys are playing much closer to it. Oh, you would be ideal. Come on, come on, come on. Gotcha. It's not working. I want to try and smash one of them into an asteroid, and I really can't do that. Whoops. I need a break. I need a break from this. I need skirmishes. Oh, I'm just getting exhausted. I hate the pirates. I hate the pirates so much. I'm sorry, guys. I just do. The pirate faction is so rough. We have no prestige left, and we're in the Doom Cut. An XLR-2, which, if I'm not mistaken, is a little tiny freighter. I think we've been placed in something like this. Oh, but guess not. Still technically a frigate. Oh, LR2, that's what we are. We lost a photon torpedo. But gained with those. So I'll save that as Orion. Save. It did not save. Try that again. Orion. There it is. Okay. On to skirmishes. It's a light raider? Yeah. So, what is it that we were on still fighting? Aside from the pack. We're fighting the pack, but what are we sending against the pack for war? That's the question at the moment. What is it that we are attempting to break the pack with? Tell me your ideas. Tell me your thoughts. What are the things we should do? What about a carrier skirmish? Yeah, we could do that. Just a straight up full-on carrier? Like, there's actually a mission for that. I want... Wreck. War of the Roses. Rock and roll. Prepare for attack. Throw pack against pack. That would be an interesting challenge. We're going to have to figure that out shortly. So let's start coming around. And, yeah. Today we hunt Lyran pigs. I need to set up my missile launchers real quick. On dos. On 3? On 3. Okay. We're good. Fighters. Launch them in defense me as soon as they can. Not yet ready. Okay. That's alright. We're good. We're still good. Target you. Go high. And reduce the speed of time because we've got to plan things a bit. So. Missile launcher. Didn't mean to fire 2 at you, but that'll be fine because that'll distract more missiles. Missile. You. No, actually, no, the wings. The wings are vulnerable. We fire you and the double. And then disruptors, we get involved with you because we can't get any closer. And our fighters, I believe we can now launch in defensive mode. The reason I want them in defense is because that way they'll stick close to us, they'll take out pseudo-frigates, and that's the main goal. Also, I don't want to send them into the massive pseudo-frigate force that is about to form. Let's get back to the full speed of time, start drawing them out and away, so we need to start turning hard, and we also need some electronic countermeasures to go up. So for that, plus shields reinforced, they shot them all down, that's not great. I kind of wanted those to hit. Kind of meant a lot to me, actually, for those to hit. So fighters are out. Alright, so let's try and overwhelm them a bit. Because I need these pseudo-frigates forces to die. And you. And you. Oh wow, they took more than one hit. Fighters getting involved. Let's get our fighters home because they're just getting mauled now. So return. 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 Let's get our fighters back. We're going to just continually do that. Wow, that was loud. So the main target has to be these pseudo-frigates because they're absurdly powerful. Oh, please don't hit that missile. Or that mine, I mean. So we are actually getting them. Good. I believe we can't go too fast on this one. So phasers to overload, I suppose. And get our fighter group is just about to get home. I wonder how many fighter groups we have left at this point. Oh, my disruptors are apparently on one. That's not cool. So 3 disruptors to normal mode. And I wanted the phasers on overload if I had any phaser X's, which I don't, so that's kind of a moot point. So one right there. Okay, there we go. Oh, you're a destroyer, not a frigate. I gotcha. So knock you out. Keep focusing on the little guys because they're the most important. There we go. Oh, you take that out. So we're going to spam you now with missiles. That'll force your Wild Weasel, I assume. No, it did not. Okay, you just took the damage. I'm on board with that one. Someone just activated an ESG of some description. It was you, because Scimitar is a and we're almost done with the point blank on all the little guys. I really need to get that ship off me. So as soon as we've got an angle, I would like to just spam the dirt with all kinds of firepower. How are our fighters doing? How long can I get him out of the bay? I can get one, so launch him immediately. Get him rocking and rolling. Get the missiles out. Come on. He's not that close. Okay, he's that close. He can take this. We need to insult him in his name. He dares to think that he can slay them around. Okay, we've actually got a really nice position on these guys. Well, not all of them, but not terrible. There we go. Got the first of the frigates down. I'd like to take the destroyer before we take the cruiser. I also kind of need to take you out. Oh no, you're actually a ship. You are legitimately a vessel. And let's get repairs going on. I need some power and a phaser. And then you can spend a disruptor as well. Alright, so missiles are ready. So spit out some more missiles over here. And do I have more fighters yet? I do not. Did only one fighter group make it back? Yes, that is the case. Okay. And you're dead. So now it's just the DWP, the single pseudo-frigate, and the Scimitar, which was the pseudo-frigate carrier. So I can get the Bobcat. Oh, so all the pseudo-frigates are named in this. I see how this worked out. Come on, disruptors. There we go. So now DWP is all that's left, aside from, of course, the Scimitar, who is not insignificant. Need to keep that in mind. So, missiles. And phasers to try and get you back the heck off. And I think we won. And there's a carrier battle for you. War of the Roses, baby. So pack against pack is the current suggestion. So let's boot that up real quick now. So we need to be the Lyrans, which means we have to go all the way back around. And I went by them, didn't I? Federation, Klingon, Romulan, Lyran. Set this to non-basic. And XDD. And this to XDD. And this to XDD. And us to the same. So I'm not quite sure how this is going to turn out. If the AI is just going to be better at this than we are. Because they might be. Because this is a sort of tactics that I don't normally use. It's just going to be a swarm on them. And I tend to like to keep ships alive. And they don't. So let's rock and roll. Alright, where's the enemy pack? There it is. Let's get up to speed and up to sign. 1 is phasers, 2 is disruptors, 3 is ESG, and 4 is the Lance and the phaser bees. Alright, we're set and kitted. So let's get the forward shield to some level of reinforcement. Let's reduce the incoming damage we're about to receive by going maximum on this. And let's also get our pseudo-frigates deployed, because we may as well, and they'll soak up damage for us. Oh, you fired from that range. Interesting. So as we come in, you're the primary target. We're just all going to gang up on you. ESG 0. So phasers, also make sure we overload those, because that's going to be essential. And already the Lance, but he fired the Lance at what I would view as the wrong target. So nailing him pretty good. Let's get the ESG on and come up with disruptors, actually. And now phasers from point blank. Got the first one that took out his pseudo-frigates. We weren't even involved in the fight yet. Turn and take that on a side. Gatling phaser getting involved in there. Wow, our forward shield is still up. How is that even possible? And we can barely see. All kinds of nuclear fire going on here. Bombing him into the absolute Stone Age. So we will get in with disruptors shortly, and the Lance is actually ready to go again. I'm not quite sure if we want to deploy the Lance at quite this long of a range, but it is something we could have the option to do. Ever lost a ship yet? We have not. Interesting. So we can now get back to our view, because everything has exploded already. More fighters are destroying. They're really going all out on taking out those fighters. So we're going to go a full power maximum aim. Blast everything to chew right through it. Gatling phasers to get in that stern to hopefully dent him a bit. We pop that mine using our ESG. We got incoming fighters, but if they get close enough, I can bounce into them as well. But I really kind of do want to focus on this guy because I want to go for complete kills. Taking them completely out takes a lot of firepower out of the equation. You're an enemy? You are an enemy, so I'm going to ram into you with this. That ought to kill you. Maybe not, but I think so. Yeah, we got you. So keep on chasing down this one. He's almost out of the fight, and we'll take him completely out. And I think we might be able to use the Lance on this, because it's ready to rock, and I'd like to use it because it's a fun weapon, although it is going to have to chew through that shield, unless we get a little bit clever with it. So wait for it. Coming around, and Lance is on. Phasers. There we go, full kill. On to the last. Not you, but you. Let's avoid this mine so I can get my shields back. We need some form of defenses at this point. Yeah, once the ESG gets fully charged, that gives us a lot. Oh, it is fully charged. Okay, so we've got a lot of extra power, which means the bees are not charging, but the phasers are recycled. The phaser capacitor is almost recharged. The Lance is really quick at refiring. I'm pretty surprised, actually, just how fast that thing works. Makes me kind of wish that we had Lances on larger ships, because it's pretty good. I should look through the Starfleet battles books to see if there's larger cruisers and stuff post-X era or anything. Now he is zipping along at maximum speed, which is denying him a lot of his normal power, because he's got it invested in engines. But I would like to spend this on... screw it, fire. Oh, it just doesn't have the range. Because we need to kind of cut the corner on him if we want to hit him. He's lost his forward shields, but if he keeps running at full speed, we're just going to have a hard time catching him. Oh, I think I can get an angle here. So we're going to come in, get ready for the full firing. There we go. Lay into him, plus the Gatling phaser on the stern. Crushes through them shields. Took out his ESG. His Lance is still up, but we've knocked out half of his Gatling phasers. Couple of the phaser X's. Disruptors are still online, but that's okay. But mainly his speed is down to 1.5, so we took a huge chunk out of that warp core. So he is vulnerable indeed. We're going to come around, probably a final phaser pass might take him out. And our ships are in really good shape. We really didn't take much damage on this at all. So the pack is devastating even against the pack. Yeah, we didn't really take much damage at all on that one. So the solution to the 3 X-type destroyers is 3 X-type destroyers, or Marak XCB. So that's 2 combinations we've defeated the pack with. So what is the next one with which we must try? Customize. And I'm thinking we may want to try a little bit of ISC proper tactics. Because I don't think it'll work. But unless anybody's got a better idea, I'm probably going to give it a shot. So, no battleships, because those never actually existed. We'll go with the DNX, or the DNHX, and then we'll give ourselves 2 plasma cruisers, who are equipped with nothing but plasma. And not battle tug carriers, armored cruisers. Nope, nope. There we go. The independent patrol cruiser, which is apparently supposed to be on its own. But unless Thorn shows up to tell me otherwise, we're going to take Cat Z's. Because they have a lot of plasma torpedoes and I'd like to use them. And it kind of amuses me. It's not going to have enough firepower to destroy what we want, unfortunately. And the main reason for that... Oh, should probably set these to Cat X's. Not Cat Z's. Yeah, we'll set the Cat X's. Select, go this way because I think this is shorter. We're going to see if we can't get a little bit going on with the way in which the ISC is supposed to be fielded against the pack. So let's kick this sucker off and see what happens. And where is the enemy? There they are. Okay, we'll pull into formation. And get into tight formation, everybody. And we're going to go with reverse echelon. Target the up front one. That would be you. Oh no, that's an allied force. Duh. Yeah, that is you. Okay. So we've got a target. We're going to line up in formation. We're going to get our heavy weapon systems. And it did save our abilities. Good luck. Yeah, we're going to need it. I've never actually played ISC properly. So, but we have brought a lot of cruisers with a lot of R-type plasma torpedoes. And we've got 300 damage worth of alpha here. So that's not nothing. Assuming I can nail it. The problem is nailing them. So I'm not quite sure what we're going to do about that. Because they're going to wild weasel the moment they see us. Well, the moment we fire those plasma torpedoes. And then what do we got? I had meant to ask Thorn what he thought about that. Like, what do you do in the face of wild weasels? But I think he left by then. So we'll increase our speed, get our forward shields to some reinforcement. Oh, the fact that their weapons just automatically hit is huge. Like, it's absolutely huge. And you need to be slower on speed. That's okay. PPDs. We need more forces. We need a lot more forces. And what's the range? You are just in front of me, so it's 20. Use the tractors. Yeah, but at that point we've grabbed them. So at that point I'm not affecting anything, and I can't tell... Oh, can I tell them to tractor? Aha! Good thinking! I did not think to do that. So I'm hoping the angle will be good then, because he's going to need to get in close. PPD's engaged. Come on, please have the tractor beam ready. You got it. Come on, do it, do it. Okay, one down. Good thinking, Remmer. That works. Okay, so we've got the first salvo coming through. I'm going to open them up and let them shoot at anything they want for now. But I'm happy with the tractor. So they've got one. They're ahead of just about everybody else when they do this. Unfortunately, now this formation's been compromised. We have, however, reduced the number of ships that they've got pretty severely. And I'm going to see if I can't take out all the pseudo frigates before everything else can happen. I'm still hearing a tractor beam, which is not correct. And now they're on the battleship. They're on the rear of the battleship, and that's a problem. Come on, I need more phasers. Got that. I need more phasers. Come on, got that. Okay, so all the pseudo frigates are destroyed. And all of the port side systems are offline. So we need to grab them again. Unfortunately, I don't think we have our plasma torpedoes ready to go. So as much as I'd love for them to actually tractor him down, I don't think that's happening. Come on, tractor. Tractor him. Don't you have it ready? I didn't tell you to stop doing it. Come on, pull a little bit further away and I can use my PPD. They have caused a lot of damage and we need to start getting involved with repairs. This, and this, and this, and drop a mine. And get off my stern. Oh, PPD's ready. So getting hits on through. Are we penetrating? We're penetrating. Okay, we got his rear down. Unfortunately, the battleship is also very badly crippled. So we are not doing great. And unfortunately, also my heavy cruisers are as well. They're not getting involved as I need them to. Tight formation. Don't break formation. You need to desperately get back into position, guys. I need that. I need you all where you're supposed to be. Look at that heavy shield. The lance is over and over, just killing everything. Oh, we got one, but that's not who I told you to grab. I told you very explicitly to grab other things. Give me fire, give me fire. So we took out the pseudo frigates, and we've damaged this one to a point where he's just plinking along at almost no speed. But I think, well, the battleship's been completely mauled. I mean, that can't be denied. The battleship is in, and we've lost our marshal. So unless we can suddenly take on him and badly maul him in about 2 seconds, I think we're done. But that actually came really close to working. Like, fantastically close to working. We did more than enough damage to destroy the ship. Well, not more than enough, but enough damage to destroy the ship. Need more speed. I don't have anything left on the ship, unfortunately. Fire. You had 3 plasma torpedoes you were just holding. Interesting plan. Marines, if I wanted to steal a ship, could you do it for me? You used to be able to do it for me, because you had a lot of transporters. So the ISC just got really close to taking this. So that's pretty cool. I don't think Thorne's here anymore to see this. That's kind of disappointing. He would have been proud. So the pack has been beaten and mauled, but they only barely got out of that one. Oh, that worked out lovely. Now, if only I could get them to tractor multiple targets. That worked out really well. I'm really happy with that. I think if you had your ships fire more via micromanaging, you'd beat it. Maybe. We've got a little bit of time left. We'll try this one more time. Let's see if we can't force the pack to worse. Your ships never... They never did? Okay, so we will have to micromanage every single bit of that battle. Got it. Alright. Get in formation. Get in reverse echelon. And you must be the target. And you... Actually, can I tell you to select multiple things? Tractoring XTD. No, we'll keep it on the front one. Sublime will be tractor, blast, fire through, and then we're just going to have to manually click the button whenever it happens. But it's going to be... It might have a chance. We might have a chance. Using ISC formation tactics. Special tactics will win the day. Someone needs to let Thornbush know about this, because this is probably everything that we should have been doing in the main campaign. And just didn't happen. Which is a bit of a shame, because we never thought to do this. Although, this fight is just... It is a horrific knockdown, drag-out fight that is just incredibly painful. Let's get up to speed a bit. Like, we barely get out of this one. Oh, because they're on tractoring, weren't they? That's why. Because they were set to tractor, not shoot. The only thing they were going to do is grab onto it. I gotcha, haha! We're learning the fleet interface bit by bit, because we never use it. Because it's a terribly set up interface. Alright guys, focus formation. Yes, tractor is a useful system. No denying that one. Alright, so we're at full electronic countermeasures. You guys are at full charge. The front XDD is targeted, and we are set to tractor beam this fool. Get ready for the fireworks. PPD is selected and ready to rock. We're going to light him up a little bit ahead of that, and then have them follow up, make sure they can't Wild Weasel. 16, 15, get a little bit closer, because the engagement range is so slow. Turn more. Light him up. Get ready for the hits. Come on, I need a tractor beam. I need one of you to tractor beam. They're not doing it. There it is. They're also focusing on their own thing, which I'm not a fan of. Okay, we got one. And now he's the primary target. Now we're setting them to kill and kill. Destroy. Crush. Murder. Death. Yes, do that. Alright, so we're doing much better this time. They didn't quite follow the orders I wanted them to follow, because they focused on their own target instead of killing what I ordered them to do. Do I have a plasma torpedo I can fire? Yes, I do. Every little bit helps. Fire and fire, because I have tight control over them. I'm going to keep hitting the fire button for them anyway, because they seem to not know how to shoot. But we're going to try and make this one work. Oh, we got them mostly down. Come on. One more destroyer that'll take out the 2 pseudo frigates as well. They are starting to shoot on their own too, so that works. Come on, PPD. Oh, PPD's not quite ready. It's almost charged. Too close to use it, so we'll use a phasers for final takeout. There we go. Unfortunately, we lost our own ship doing that, but that's fine. So punch through. Marines, go. Got 8 Marines on board. I think we got this. I mean, the beaming Marines is a bit cheating. The AI does not know how to handle Marines. Like, it legitimately has no clue. Fire. Don't you have aft firing things? Come on, we've almost got you. A little bit more. A little bit more. And you're mine. And shoot. Oh, beautiful, beautiful. The ISC, I think, has broken this. They've broken through. He's down to 7.6 power. Phaser 3, please. I'm going to kill him before we destroy him. Or before we capture him. Because that's kind of unfair. Well, no. We've got him. Even if we win by capture, we got him. Victory. The ISC can do it. Teamwork made the dream work. 3 counters. 3 of them to the destroyer. Although, to be fair, the original thing was 1 ship had to counter the 3 ships. So, I can't really call that a major win. But breaking the pack is always interesting. Although, we're going to have to do the reverse of this now. Like, not today. Nice attack with a Phaser 3 on the fleet menu as he went past. Yeah, those Phaser 3s just gutted him. It was awesome. So, that's all I have time for today. But stick around for just a moment if you're kind of new to the channel. We're changing the streaming thing. And I said I was going to say this for the last time, 3rd time. We're changing the streaming schedule. Tomorrow is going to be the last stream that we do of the week-long thing, and that means we've done 2 full weeks of constant streaming, and it was a lot of fun. I had so much fun meeting you all, chatting with you all, and actually getting a little bit more involved and seeing how things were. I had a lot of fun just messing around in skirmishes with you guys, and of course, it was always fun to play the ISC, because they are such a fun faction. As much as I want to continue streaming a lot, it's getting into cold season for where I am, so I've got to get a little bit of a buffer ahead on the number of episodes that are out. I want to get about 2 weeks out just in case I get sick. That way there will be good content without me constantly hacking and coughing into things. So the streaming schedule is going to drop down to either once or maybe twice a week. We haven't 100% decided on that. But I want you guys, I know a couple of you had said in chat, but I want you to, when this video goes up, because it's going to go up as a VOD, leave a comment on the good day for you to stream and the time and your time zone. So I know... Yes, there will be a stream tomorrow, remember. So I know just sort of what I can juggle with people, because it seems like the 3 o'clock EST one that I'm doing is actually kind of good, because it balances the people from Australia and it balances the people from England a bit. So, but let me know your time zone, let me know the best time for you, and let me know the best day of the week. Right now, a couple of people have said Wednesday, and a few people also want a weekend stream. I'd like to do that too, but that's going to require some finagling for my schedule, so I'm not 100% sure on that. But next week will be only 1 or maybe 2. I will try and put up a video about it, or maybe a quick stream. Probably tomorrow, actually. To 100%. But yeah, tomorrow will be the last stream of just the standard every single day streaming, at least for a little while. I would like to get back to that, although I have to be 100% honest. It does get a little bit exhausting. I love doing it. It's a lot of fun, but it is a bit exhausting. Just because I also then have to record more episodes afterwards for the next day. So next week will be the lesser streaming schedule. Again, leave a comment either on this video or a video of mine that goes up soon, just mentioning that it's about the streaming, so I can see it and schedule it and set that up. If you do that, it'll make things a lot easier on me and we'll be able to set things up. So, if you are new to the channel, which I don't think any of you are, because I'm pretty sure it's only my people who are diehard who have been with me for a while, this is what we do. We play Starfleet Command and we play Battletech, which are basically 1980s board games brought into the modern day through the use of computers. There is a link to the mod that we're playing down below. There will always be available there. And if we do a Rogue Tech stream, which if you guys want to see that, same deal, got to leave a comment down below so I know that there's interest in it. I will leave a link to the mod that we play for that too. Anyway, I've been Tarek. If you like what you've been seeing, hit that like button and subscribe. If you want to receive a notification every time I post one of these videos, press that little bell icon. Leave a comment as what day it is good for you, and I will see you all in the next episode.